It's funny because like you talk about the finals with the Celtics, and forever the Celtics have been like, by the way, we need a better nickname than the two J's. Like every time I hear them call Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum like the J's.
The two
Like,
J's.
The two J's.
The Toronto two J's, man.
Oh my god.
The two J's.
But okay,
Sorry,
oh no, I'm using the two J's for the whole final. So, you hear about Boston and the two J's, and in this like inflated era of NBA scoring, you always see them being compared to like these great duels, like in modern day NBA history. And I don't know if you ever actually feel that impact with them as a duel in the same way that when you look at Luka and Kyrie in these playoffs, like you're able to feel that impact.
Well, I think that speaks to like Boston having like such a stronger supporting cast. Like we could praise like PJ Washington and Derrick Jones Jr. and Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, like whatever, like, like Josh Green had some moments, I suppose, in Game 5, but like
this guy gonna say JJ Hardy?
No, like who? Why are you calling him JJ Hardy? No, Jade Hardy actually, had some good offensive moments too. But like, it's nothing compared to what Boston has in the supporting cast. Where like that's the thing. Like, the Boston supporting cast is just so strong. It's like Drew Holiday's their fifth option in the starting five, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, no, they have like a semi-starting lineup that they could like bring off the bench with the talent. Right. And I guess that's my next question for you when we shift to Boston is, so 64-18 in the regular season. They've been a great regular season team for like more than half a decade now. We've talked about all the caveats and asterisks about them, but 12-2 in the playoffs. Right. The numbers are pretty astronomical, like point differential, all of that stuff. 76-20 overall heading into these finals.
Nah, man. Who does that? Who just adds the playoff to the regular season number, man?
76-20 is such a funny record.
The hell is 76-20, man?
You're gonna hear this from me, Doris Burke, and JJ Redick, man.
76-20.
The two J's cannot be stopped.
What is this, man? God.
Are you looking at the Celtics based on this resume? And you've talked about how there's such a deep team with all this depth as this like overwhelming, like powerhouse juggernaut team that the Mavs need to take down.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I know they don't have the resume for it just yet, but I think when you look at the talent on paper, there's 5 guys in the starting lineup who are all-star caliber players. And of course, like that is giving Drew Holiday a lot of respect for what he does as a role player right now. He obviously is a former All-Star, and then Derek White hasn't been to the All-Star game, but I think he's played at such a high level that I don't know if you want to put him in an All-Star game again. Like I don't know if I want to see like deflections in an All-Star game, but like he's
you were
obviously
liking
produced.
It when Kyle Lowry was drawing charges, though.
Yeah, that's different, man. You know what, Derek White, draw some charges then, I suppose. I don't know. Play for the Raptors. Then I'll like you, But yeah, I do think it's this astronomical task. Like I do think that like they don't hit you with the same sort of like fear, and you don't it don't live in your mind the same way that like, and they're not on this level. But I mean, like there's a certain like imposing status that it is when you're playing like Kobe and Shaq back in the day, and they'd won 3 straight, which obviously is something that hasn't even been done ever since then. Or even the Heatles or KD's Warriors, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Like those are the dynasty teams that have come up since then. But like they're just so solid and so well built all around. Like, I think the starting 5 in terms of guys really knowing and playing the roles, like it's different because the Spurs play totally differently, but that 2014 Spurs team, that's where you looked at the 5 guys and you're like, damn, all these guys can make a play. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I look at it with Boston. And I think especially what's impressed me this year is just Jaylen Brown in general, man. Like this guy, like I know the Pacers aren't the strongest defensive team, but like his ability to just like get super low, burrow, be super quick, aggressive, and then just explode up at the rim as well. I mean, there's the 3-point shooting aspect, which is whatever. It's also quite good, but his ability to get downhill, and I just have not seen a lot of guys stop him. So it is going to be a really difficult task. Obviously, I'll be rooting for Dallas with my entire heart, but like, I mean, I will not say that they're favorites.
Yeah, so this will be Boston's 6th. So they've made 6 conference finals in 8 years, second finals appearance.
Yeah,
in 3 years, and it's getting to the point where I mean, somehow Jason Tatum, one of the two J's, is still only 26. By the way, I love how every time Bill Simmons talks about Jason Tatum, he just always talks about how there's still like levels for Tatum to go to, and he's been saying that for like 4 years.
Mm.
And I feel like at some point, Jason Tatum is just going to be this player, which is a really good player.
Yeah.
And that's
what do you
okay.
want Jason Tatum to do, especially in this team where like they're not so ball dominant, right? They're not going to play like Dallas is going to play. Dallas is going to have the ball primarily in Luka and Kyrie's hands for like 80% of the game, if not more, right? Like Tatum and Brown don't even dominate the ball like that. So I don't know how they can get to that level necessarily with them playing a team-oriented style.
Yeah, but storyline wise, obviously the Celtics, if they win a title here, then a lot of these conversations stop, right? Like they cap off this run with a first championship. But man, if Luka and Kyrie are able to get this done, then you start looking at the Celtics team like they'll start to be one of the best teams to just not win a title like over this like decade span.
Yeah, I would love nothing more.